Hey guys, Jake Vamp.
Hey, Big Ben here.
Today we've got another movie review. Very exciting. Um, the Dead Don't Die. I was
Isn't it?
super excited about this movie when I first saw it. It's got
Yeah.
Bill Murray. It's got a bunch of other very well-known actors and actresses in it. And stick around to find out how you can win one of these. Be right back. Welcome back. All right, Ben, do you want to go first or what?
Oh, okay. So the dead don't die. But I love that song by Sturgill Simpson.
Who?
Sturgill Simpson. I looked it up. He's an actual guy. He does fucking songs for movies. Okay, so the dead don't die. My non-spoiler part of the review. What the fuck were they thinking? This was a horrible, horrible movie. It was boring. It wasn't funny. It wasn't. It wasn't even entertaining. I kept watching it, hoping that it would get better, and then it just kept getting worse. The the running jokes were dumb. The characters were didn't even feel half fleshed out. Like they were more random than a Japanese freaking RPG. It's, the story made no sense, and it wasn't even funny. It was supposed to be funny. Who cares about all that stuff as long as it's funny? No, it wasn't funny either. I maybe laughed once, and
I think it
I,
made me
I,
laugh
I'm,
like twice, maybe.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 2. It had Bill Murray in it, and I love Bill Murray, and that's the only reason it's getting that.
Right. I totally understand. Um,
What about you? What do you think?
I am gonna say that it broke a lot of rules in the movies. Um, in the movies, there's rules. You know. And you have to abide by those rules, otherwise the movie just doesn't work. You know?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, one of them that it broke is where you do the things multiple times. You know? Without trying to spoil any part of the movie specifically, remember basically when we first start seeing these uh, uh, the first murders in the city, in the town, every single person had to walk in. It's like first person was there, they go upstairs, they go into the thing, they look in, they see the bodies, and then they say must have been a wolf or a pack of wolves, or whatever they said. I don't remember exactly what they said.
Right.
And then the next person drove up, went inside, looked around, it showed the bodies, walked out, must have been a wolf or a pack of wolves. Ha ha ha, I said that too.
Yeah.
And it just did this like multiple times. I think 4 times. And you just don't do that in a movie, man. That's overkill. And it literally went frame by frame, like it showed the bodies. Then it took like that was a fucking 20-minute scene where 4 people go up to see the bodies. That's just overkill. The rule of thumb for a joke is 3 times. People, 3 times. Okay? You do it once, it may not be funny. You do it twice, it may or may not be funny. You do it 3 times, whether it's funny or not, that's the end of the fucking joke. Okay? The Sergil Simpson song, okay? Every 5 minutes or so, you either hear the song and it's blatant. It's like, here's the song. This is the song. This is the theme song of this movie. You know? One great example of somebody that uses the same music over and over and over, but it's so subtle that you don't even really realize that they're doing it, is SpongeBob. SpongeBob uses the same music over and over and over. It's just very subtle in the background, and you hardly even notice it. You know?
Are you saying that SpongeBob has more nuance than this movie?
Yes. Honestly, yes. SpongeBob is a great cartoon. It's one of the very, very few cartoons I can even stand, you know?
I agree.
I would give this a 3, personally, this movie. It didn't do it for me. It wasn't funny. I was expecting Shaun of the Dead from the little parts that were funny just didn't add up to nothing to me. Yeah. You know, I was like I said, looking for Shaun of the Dead funny, where it was constant laughter, and Shaun of the Dead is a classic example of a movie that knew what it was doing with the comedy.
Yeah, you know? Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So spoiler part now, we're going to talk about like what actually went on and stuff. So if you haven't seen it, I wouldn't even bother. You could just listen to us. Or you can bore yourself and kill brain cells or whatever and go watch it yourself.
Bill Murray Steady Decline. Go ahead and watch this movie.
Bill Murray was the joy of this movie. He didn't even look like he wanted to be there.
Right?
And I don't know if he was acting or if he just didn't want to be there. No clue. Not
it's Bill Murray. It's Bill Murray, so most likely both.
Well, I tell you, he was definitely the reason why I watched it. I'm not a huge fan of Adam Driver, especially since he ruined Star Wars. But it just didn't do it for me at all, man. It was like just so drawn out and boring that the only saving grace was Bill Murray.
The song, or like the whole it's in the script joke that Adam Driver kept doing and completely blowing any immersion that I might have had.
Yeah, and I get what they were trying to do there, but
it wasn't funny.
It just didn't work with this movie. Oh, it's in the script. It's in the
script.
That's
it made a huge plot hole. Okay, so think about it. So at the end, right, the ancient one, what's her name? Goes off on a spaceship, right? She gets abducted by a UFO and flies away.
Yep.
And Bill Murray asks him, was that in the script? He goes, no.
Not the one I read.
Right. And then they get, well, what was in the script? Well, we have our final stand right here. Well, we don't have to do that. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Right. Well, that and like if it's in the script, then you know that people are going to die, when they're going to die, and you could save them, right?
Exactly.
But
have a bad feeling
again,
about
I get where they were going with it. They just didn't do it right. I don't know who this guy is or whatever, but he just did not do this right at all.
Right.
It was very bad.
Death scenes either. In a zombie movie, you got to have some satisfying death scenes. There was none.
No. Every time it like did something interesting, it cut away or
cut away. Yeah.
Something. It just was not good at all. What else was there? The fact that the one thing that made me finally go, Oh yeah, fucking great. That's what I was thinking. Was when Bill Murray was like, "What the fuck is this song playing again still?" You know? He was like, "God, I'm sick of this song." That was great. That was a good part of the thing. But they built up to it throughout the entire fucking hour and a half of the movie, and then like towards the end he does that. He's like, "Oh yeah," you know. So it was some satisfaction, but at the end of it, it was also way drawn out. It was like just kind of fell kind of flat. This movie was like a roller coaster ride, Ben. A flat roller coaster.
Like the kiddie park.
Or a slow train.
Right.
You know?
I mean, the only actual interesting part of the movie was played by the guy who was supposed to be the worst character of the movie, which was the white supremacist asshole dude.
Right?
That was the only one who seemed to actually take his fucking character seriously. You know, like, and I hate to say it because I hated that character. I wanted him to die, but that's because it was a good performance.
Yeah. Well, I also like Danny Glover's performance too. I liked Bill Murray's performance. It's just like I couldn't tell if he was like not there, like not wanting to be there, or if he was that's the way his character was.
That's Bill Murray humor for you though. Bill Murray is a dry kind of humor.
I know.
Like that's what's supposed to be funny. It's like having the front man without the clown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And Tilda Swinton's character made no sense. What was she, a Scottish alien autopsy lady with bad taste in makeup?
I have no idea what she was. She was like a samurai alien
and a samurai
come to Earth to do absolutely nothing, apparently, because she didn't like save nobody.
Yeah, she didn't do anything.
Everybody died in the end except for her.
Chop a few heads off and get fucking flown off in a UFO at the end. That's it.
Yeah, and I'm definitely not one for everybody. You know, I'm not one to shun a movie where everybody dies in the end. But it made no sense to die at the end in this movie.
Even. But the deaths could have been satisfying at least.
Yeah.
I would have, we don't want to see a movie where a person dies off screen and then the next time you see them, they're dead.
Yeah. The only satisfying death was, like you said, the white supremacist guy who's in all the Adam Sandler movies. I can't remember his name for shit, but.
Right.
Yeah, his was the only satisfying death. Besides, like, if Adam Driver, because he ruined Star Wars, but.
And with this much star power, you would think they could pull something out.
You would think. But nope. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think of the movie. Whether you agree, disagree, think we're assholes for rating it so low. Hey, Bill Murray, what the fuck, man?
And it's not like we've discussed this before the video.
No.
This happened as we do it. We have not talked about this movie until just now.
If we watch a movie, we do not discuss it at all until we film it. Okay?
Yeah.
I can show you the messages between Ben and I where we're like, oh, hey, go watch this movie. We want to talk about it on a video or whatever the case may be. And I do very, very little editing to these videos here, too, because there's no sense in editing a whole lot of stuff out of these videos because we want our honest view and opinion on these movies because things like Rotten Tomato suck ass. They're so paid off and just ridiculous at these so-called critics, okay, that go to a movie. Let's say a movie critic, right, goes to a movie to watch a horror movie, but they're usually into dramedies You know, what makes you think they're going to enjoy that horror movie? You know, I'm a lover of all movies.
I could never be paid off by a major motion studio to do a good review for a bad movie.
In fact, I got an invite to do a couple of reviews on some indie movies, and I told the guy, I was like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna warn you, I'm pretty tough. You know, I'm a pretty harsh critic. So if I don't like it, I'll fucking tell you that I don't like it. You know, and you know that's the thing. I don't care if you're my friend, Ben. If you made a shitty movie, I'd tell you it was a shitty movie. You know, all you can do is learn and grow from that experience of me calling.
Well, there's other things you could do. You know, like sit in a corner and hug your knees and cry for a while.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, guys, just let us know what you think of the movie. Tell us if we're right or wrong, what you agree, what you disagree with. And Bill Murray, if you have anything to say about this, hit me up. My email is right on the site. All right, guys. If you want to win one of these guys, make sure you're here when we hit 5,000 subs and share to your friends. Yep. And we will be giving away one of these bad boys to one of you guys. All right. Take it easy, guys. Sharing is caring. Peace out.
Bye.
Hey, guys. If you like those videos, make sure you click over here or click here to subscribe. Peace.